And there's no shortage of volleyball action as we unwrapped the final game days before the holidays. And all our teams are here to give their all because here in the heart of volleyball, this is the gift that keeps on giving. Merry and vibes ng Pasko here in the PVL.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, especially for volleyball fans. And as we deck the halls of this court, this afternoon's doubleheader is sure to bring all the holiday cheer. Now, the Galeries High Tower is aiming to light up the season with their towering presence at the net, while the Chery Tiggo Crossovers are ready to slay with their unstoppable attacks and festive flair. And later, the Signal HD Spikers aim to broadcast a statement win, but the Petrogas Angels are set to soar as they bring their heavenly game to the court. Now, I know the traffic has been terrible, but it's so great to see everyone supporting us here at the PVL as we have, as I mentioned, our afternoon doubleheader. It's going to be the Galeries Tower Highrisers against the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Now, will the Highrisers be able to stack up to reach new heights, or will the Chery Tiggo Crossovers unwrap yet another victory as their gift to themselves and to their fans? We'll get ready for some unstoppable action spiked with drama as these two teams jingle all the way to the final whistle. I'm Denise Inside with my partner, Ivy Remulla and Lexi Rodriguez. We'll be covering today's game. And as I mentioned kanina, Ivy, for those who couldn't make it here to the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City because of the holiday rush, where can they watch our games for this afternoon?
A lot of other ways to watch and catch the game. You can catch us at Filipinas Live app, or also you can also get us watch us at the RPN TV9 One Sports and One Sports Plus.
This is our last game of the year. Are you guys sad?
Well, I'm really happy and happy and
excited and happy. We're throwing out new terms before we end the year. But I know also our fans are so excited for that as well. But let's take a recap on, of course, the Caps. We'll be right back after a short break. Christmas spirit here as we deck the halls of the Phil Sports Arena here in Pasig City this afternoon for our doubleheader, and it is sure to bring all the holiday cheer for our volleyball fans. The Galeries Tower is aiming to light up the season with their towering presence at the net, while the Chery Tiggo Crossovers are ready to slay with their unstoppable attacks and festive flair. And later, the Signal HD Spikers aim to broadcast a statement win, but the Petrogas Angels are set to soar as they bring their heavenly game to the court. Now, will the Highrisers stack up to reach new heights, or will the Chery Tiggo Crossovers unwrap yet another victory as a gift to their fans and to themselves? I'm Denise Insay with my partner, Ivy Remulla and Lexi Rodriguez, covering this game as we share with you some holiday cheers straight from the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. This is our last game of the season. Ladies, will you be sad to say bye temporarily?
Temporarily, but I think my feeling right now is exappy. I think I told you this, excited and happy. How are you feeling, Ivy?
Well, very, very happy, but at the same time, of course, we'll surely miss this over the holidays.
And before we say goodbye, again, this is only our first game of this Saturday. How are the teams doing?
Well, the teams, of course, at the start of the eliminations, but everybody is of course, would want to make us or get as much wins as they can, and have a very happy holidays. As we take a look at the team standings right on your screens right now, of course, we've got the top teams with a very good record so far. But we're talking about the two teams competing this afternoon as Chery Tiggo and the Galeries. Chery Tiggo, of course, finding themselves in the middle spot in all of these teams, and Galeries, on the other hand, would want to get more wins and slowly climb up and make sure that they have a good chance in moving on to the next round.
It has been an eventful game for the Galeries Tower Highrisers last week because they broke their losing streak. They got their first win after a 14-game losing streak, and it is because of this new energized team led by the more aggressive offense of Julia Coronel. Believe the hype when it comes to this woman.
Oh yes, we better believe, because Julia Coronel definitely has shown why she deserves to be the third overall pick in the PVL draft. And she has been proving herself very well in the past few games. Well, she missed out the Reinforced Conference, but she has been making a name for herself, and her versatility also helped the team. She performed well rather in their last game against Capital One, and with 5 service aces is probably one of the highlights of that game. And Julia Coronel has also been distributing the ball very well, giving a lot of opportunities to her attackers.
And another player who really shone, who glowed in that game is Jewel Encarnacion, a gem for the Galeries Tower Highrisers.
The team's third best scorer with 41 points right now in the tournament, as you can take a look at her in the screen, really glowing. In that last game against Capital One, scored 11 points, and we would be hearing a lot from this young lady right here, and I'm sure we'll be mentioning her name a lot as well in today's match.
We really highlighted that win because it was something to remember. So Lexi, I know you were able to talk to the girls. How was the vibe of the locker room after getting their first win after so long?
Well, you guys can talk about all the points and all the insight and all the technicalities, but I got to talk to Julia Coronel, and she did told me that it's just they're really over the moon after that win. They're really just on a high after that win. After that game against the Capital One Solar Spikers, the Galeries Tower Highrisers are just really happy to finally end their 14-match losing streak. And as per Julia, she really did tell me that kakaiba talaga yung feeling kapag na-clinch mo na agad yung panalo after so long. And another thing that they actually told me, Eliza Roa, I got to talk to her as well. She told me that meron palang bet na nangyari during that day. Apparently, there was this motivation, this reward system that they had going on that day. And apparently, if they won that day, they would be able to get coffee. Meron silang manlilibre ng kape during that day. So
a little incentive doesn't hurt.
Yeah, so absolutely. And maybe that motivated them to clinch that win after so long, right?
Did they also put something on the line for today's game?
Well, that's definitely something a little under the books. We don't know yet, so we'll definitely see if they win. Maybe I'll know on the next game.
Yeah, and then we'll have that report maybe at the end of the set. And we are so looking forward to that. But now let's go to the other thing, the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. And let's talk about this player that a lot of the volleyball fans and even her own teammates had such high expectations. And it's no wonder. It's Ara Galang herself. It's always been full throttle for her.
That's right, and of course, she has been showing what it takes to lead the team offensively. She has one of the best scorers in the league right now, number 8 best scorer. And not only that, she's been contributing with the offense as well. She's currently the number 6 best blocker and 71 points in the conference so far. Not only bringing in the points, but the leadership that she has inside the court makes all the difference.
And it is so great when a player like Aragalang goes fast, goes hard. It is great that she finds a player that complements that kind of style, that's never late, never too early, but just in time. And it's none other than Jasmine Nabor.
Yes, Jasmine Nabor we haven't seen a lot of her in most of the games. She gets put in the latter part, doesn't really starts, but as soon as she gets pulled out and plays inside the court, she really shows her best. And it's what you want as a coach. That's what you would want. In that game against Akari, she had 15 excellent sets. So it just goes to show how effective and how efficient the roster for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers are.
This is the kind of mindset, yung coming off the bench, fresh from the bench, the kind of mindset that the veterans are very much aware of. And I got to speak with Chang Abby Maranyo. She actually told me how she would assess the performance so far in the Chery Tiggo Crossovers side. And she did tell me that, they're not doing their best. They're trying to give their best, but it's just not enough. And sometimes when you give your best, almost is never enough, even if you try and give your all. Actually, she told me that they're still trying to get in their groove. They're still trying to gain their confidence back, even individually. They're trying to work on it themselves. They journal. They take their time emotionally. They try to, have that time alone individually. So I think that really helps a lot as a player. Miss Ivy, you've had this experience before in volleyball. Even you've witnessed like volleyball players go. How is it important to have that kind of time for yourself, and especially in this high-stake games or even the low-stake ones?
Well, Ivy has more credibility, so I will let her talk.
Well, volleyball is not only a game about your physical ability, but it also has a lot to do with the mental and emotional state. So, this is a good thing hearing for the players that they also take time, to nourish themselves emotionally and mentally.
And I know Lexi's on a roll with her questions because she has more coming up.
Oh, I know. I have a lot of questions for the players and, of course, to our fans who are watching on the Filipinas Live app. We actually have a poll question of the day for you, and that is, which team will execute better down the stretch? Is it the Galeries Tower Highrisers or the Chery Tiggo Crossovers? Again, which team will execute better down the stretch? Now, you can join in the conversation using the hashtag PVL2025, or if not, you can join in the conversation on the Filipinas Live app.
And we are so excited, guys, to be reading your tweets while the game is ongoing. But who will end up on Santa's nice list and will enjoy their last game for the season? Well, that's what we're here to find out. So stay tuned because the PVL will be right back.
Ako, eto na. Si Carly na. Sino?
Gusto mga questions ah.
Hi, I'm Carly Hernandez. Hi, I'm RJ Daraman. And let's play on! Which teammate would you trust to style your outfit? Ako, eto na. Si Carly na ako. Sige. Pero siya yung magbabayad din ng outfit ko. Pwede yan. Which teammate will you pick to survive a zombie outbreak? Si Audrey kasi, part siya ng army. So may mga weapons siya. Kaso kasi medyo kinakabahan din ako kasi maingay si Audrey. So pero sige, maniwala ako dun sa part na yun.
Which teammate would you choose to be stranded with for a month? Laging sagot ko to. Pag meron isang tao na kasama ko mas stranded, it will always be Ate Dude. Kasi hindi siya boring kasama. Eto, maganda to. Which teammate gives the best life advice? Nag-loading. Wala pa nanisip. Feeling ko kasi Ate Roma. Ate Lai, yan, yung mga veterano sa loob ng court.
So ano, kailangan mo na advice? Mamaya.
Mamaya, advice niya.
Which teammate would you enter in a singing contest? Si Carly Hernandez. Pero dapat may sample muna.
Cute! Ate Raz! Ako hindi, may iba akong sagot. Si Julia.
Oo,
Si
yun
Julia.
pala si Julia din.
Galing kumanta si Julia. Which teammate would make a good president? Ate Shannon for me.
Shannon Palek for president. Tara, play na tayo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City for Season 8 of the Premier Volleyball League, the Heart of Volleyball. This is the preliminary round of the 2024-2025 All-Filipino Conference. Match number 31 features the Galeries Tower Highrisers and their opponents, the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Now introducing the two referees officiating this match. Our first referee, Herbert Matematico, AVC International Referee. Second referee, Fernando Velarde, National Referee. And now let's meet the starters. First for the Galeries Tower Highrisers. Outside spiker number 2, Jewel Encarnacion. Opposite hitter number 3, Isa Jimenez. Middle blocker number 12, Rosel Baliton. Outside spiker number 13, Franz Ronquillo. Middle blocker number 14, Andrea Marzan. And setter number 18, Julia Coronel. Starting libero and team captain number 16, Eliza Eroa. Head coach for the Highrisers is Lerma Hiron. And now the starters for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Middle blocker number 2, team captain Abby Marano. Outside spiker number 1, Cez Robles. Setter number 4, Jasmine Napor. Opposite hitter number 10, Ara Galan. Middle blocker number 22, Pauline Gaston. And outside spiker number 23, Shaya Adorador. Starting libero number 9, Jen Nierva. Head coach for Chery Tiggo is Norman Miguel. This match is held in the regulation of the Games in Amusement Sport. It is Galeries Tower versus Chery Tiggo Lipsticks and PVL.
Introducing your starters for the Galeries Tower Highrisers. You have Isa Jimenez, Julia Coronel, who we talked about at the pre-game, Jewel Encarnacion, the gem of the Highrisers, and this the Eroa, yung nanlibre ng coffee. Meanwhile, we go to the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Aragalang, Pauline Gaston, Abby Marano, and Just Nabor with their libero, Jen Nierva. Checking in. Again, this is the final game day before the holidays. And we do have a massive doubleheader coming your way. It's time to be merry as the Galeries Tower Highrisers take on the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. And later tonight, it's Signal versus Petrogas. Coronel serves. Nierva gives away a free ball. Great save by Nabor. Nierva sets it up. First blood goes to the Tower Highrisers. And you can see that their energy really is so different after that game-changing win for them.
That's right, and it's a very much needed win, of course, for Galeries. They've, as we mentioned earlier, it was a 14-game losing streak.
Yes.
So I think it's really about time. And probably yung coffee treat worked a lot for them. So yung additional incentive.
Who doesn't need some caffeine to get their body moving?
Another point here for Galeries, and this time it's care of a attack error from Shaya Adorador. So far so good, with the start for Galeries. But for Chery, ito yung mga isa sa mga teams na we know that would sometimes start off very slow.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden towards the end, bigla na lang aarangkada.
Exactly. And that's why we featured Ara Galang, the full throttle, and Jasmine Abor, not just in time, because we need these kinds of players to make sure that they're in tip-top shape throughout the entire game.
Right.
Jimenez, cross court. Nerva was there. Nabor. To Robles, and what an attack. Finally, we're tied. 2-2. Chery Tiggo Crossovers quickly catching up.
Oh, service error for Jasmine Abor.
And we don't want to be too repetitive, but you know, this is their last game day for the year. Everyone wants to end on a high note, to be able to start the year on a high note.
That's right. You would want to have good memories of the last game that you played for the year.
Especially the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, who came from a loss against the Akari Chargers. We check in with Lexi Rodriguez for more stories about our teams. Lexi, what's up?
Nothing is up, but Denise and Ivy, I know earlier we did talk about a few players, key players on the side of the Galeries Tower Highrisers, and I want to add in on that conversation. And I actually got to talk to Eliza Eroa. You know, Laya has been playing for so long. She even played in Ballypure. She even took a break from volleyball, and now she's playing for the Highrisers. And she told me na kung meron isang lesson that she would take ever since she started playing volleyball is that you should never waste a moment. You shouldn't waste an opportunity when it's given to you. And that is why the coaching staff will not take on this challenge, and they will not take on this opportunity. But going back to my report, she told me na matagal nang iniintay ni Laya Eroa na mag-shine and mabigyan ng ganitong opportunity, especially even in this low-stake games, and that is why they would really want to shine and give their all in this game against the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, and hopefully we'll see that grit in today's game. Denise and Ivy?
Thanks for that, Lexi. Right now, the Galeries Tower Highrisers, they have that 1-point lead, but Chery Tiggo Crossovers slowly creeping in. Spoke too soon. Now they have their 2-point lead once again. 5 serving 3. This time it's Marzan.
So Isa Jimenez scores once again for Galleries. Oh, she's off to a good start.
I would be so curious to know what their New Year's resolutions are for 2025, what personal records they want to break, who's going to be our standouts for the year 2025. I mean, this conference is a 6-month-long conference.
That's right.
Time to apply all of those resolutions.
A good save from Coronel.
Nabor, to Galang, Eroa. Sets up again. And great net presence by the Galeries Tower Highrisers.
There's another point by Isa Jimenez, and this is once again off the block. So Chery Tiggo has, they're getting opportunities to touch the ball, but just not able to prevent it from crossing over to their side.
But Pauline Gaston, a quick attack after a set by Nabor, towering over Baleton with so much confidence. Let's see if there's Nerva. Good save. Adorador.
Oh, that was outside. We're not able to return. It should be going in. It's supposed to be inside the antenna.
Yeah, Coach Lerma made sure that was not going to be your point, even though we appreciate the effort of Shaya Dorador. Set, back set to Pauline Gaston. The board to Shaya. Oh, quick attack from Baleton. As we go to our first technical timeout, Galeries Tower Highrisers leading 3 points, 8-5. You're watching the Galeries Tower Highrisers versus the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, brought to you by Arena Plus. Astig sa sports. Right now, look at the unforced errors. We're both tied 3. Challenge called by the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, a block touch.
Floor touch challenge called by Chery Tiggo.
And early on, we're fresh of a technical timeout. Again, 3-point lead for the Galeries Tower Highrisers.
Challenge is successful. There was a floor touch. That was a good call on the side of the Crossovers.
As Shayo Dorodor moves to the service area, and Chery Tiggo scores a point. Coronel. Really great work here by Baleton, keeping it simple.
Let's take a look at that last attack. It's Baleton, and once again on the hands of the blocker. So that has been the challenge for the crossover so far. Isa Jimenez has scored several points off the block, and Baleton adds to that.
Ronquillo with an attack of her own. Nabor setting it to Adorador. Free ball given by the Tower Highrisers. Great communication by the Highrisers here. But Pauline Gaston has got them scrambling after that attack.
A lot of variations in the attack from the Crossovers. Robles drops this. Baleton was almost there, just not able to get that ball high enough.
9 serving 2. 7 serving 9 rather. Ronquillo. Sadly, too wide point for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Right now, Coach Lerma is still looking not too worried for her squad. From the back, but still too strong on that one. 2-0 run for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Both off unforced errors by the Tower Highrisers. Timeout now called by Coach Lerma. Let's try to listen in.
Wala pa nga silang wala pa nga silang nabablock sa atin eh. Di ba? Nablock na ba kayo? Oo. Masyadong defensive agad. Just go with the flow ba? Huwag yung masyadong gawing komplikado. Okay? Sobra angle, oh, kaperaso na lang eh. Ano ba gusto mo? Ipa-check out? Eh, ang layo mo sa net eh.
Hindi masyadong ingatan. Huwag niyo ingatan.
Dapat maging aware kayo. Nasaan kayo? Gano'n kayo kalayo sa net? O, pasahan natin.
Hayaan niyo tumama sa black, may cover tayo.
May coverage.
Coach Lerma really encouraging the girls, giving them the confidence to you don't have to go too defensive. The reason why they did win that game in Cebu was because of their more aggressive offense. Coronel, Ronquillo.
Again, too much angle on the attack. It looks like they're trying to avoid the hands of the blockers, but early on at the start of the set, they've actually earned the points, challenging the blocks.
And that's the point that Coach Lerma was saying. Na-block na ba kayo?
That's right. That's right.
There's no reason for that fear just yet. So Ronquillo tries again. Over receive by Gaston. Marzan tries. And finally, here, through the block, you could hear the announcer say it. The Tower Highrisers score 1, tying us to 10-10.
Yeah, and so this is, I think, you know what the Highrisers can capitalize on at the moment. So while Chery Tiggo has not yet found that momentum in the block, and they can use that to their advantage.
And that is the first point of Chang Abby. And her spike of the set brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan. And she has a way of making her presence known, not just vocally, but also by the way she plays. Nabor setting it up for Dorador. Coronel.
Oh, but a net violation error will be called up against, I think it was Abby Amaranyo admitting to that.
Let's look at this replay. It was her forearm touching the net. We had our third deadlock, 11-11. Great rally we're seeing here at set 1. The board to Abby Maranyo. Abby Maranyo tries again. Eroa, back sets. Nabor to Robles. Our first long rally here in this
That's
set.
right. Good defense shown by both of these teams.
Great chemistry.
Oh, that was a very smart move from Isa Jimenez. And not the hardest of hits, but she found that open area in the defense of Chery Tiggo. Let's take a look at that once again.
She's got Dorador swooping for that one, but a bit too slow.
Jimenez now with 5 points for the Galleries.
As Ronquillo serves. Nabor to Galang. What an emphatic attack from Ara Galang. We really are seeing her go full throttle on that one.
As we expect, of course, Ara Galang to be one of the main scorers here for Chery Tiggo. Well, she will score an average of at least 8 points in every match. Good block. There's a joust at the net. Maranyo was blocked.
Really great net defense that we're seeing from the Galeries Tower. Eroa. Too wide for Jimenez, who's really still finding that sweet spot, that angle that works for her. It's been quite a struggle. We've seen that, you know, in the first half of the set. Nabor. Galang again. Outside. But we saw the excitement of Ara Galang, and I've got to say, it's been a long time since I've seen her smile,
that's right.
even while she's made a mistake. She usually is quite tough on herself.
Oh, but another violation, and this time on the side of the Highrisers.
I am not looking forward to do the quick recap of how many unforced errors that both teams committed here in set 1. Good save there. Eroa setting that up. Cross court. And you saw the frustration as Robles and Maranyo shared that look at who's gonna get it next.
But almost a good save there from the side of Crossovers.
And Jimenez got that angle, got that strength really right for her. Aragalang with a soft touch this time. Got the Galeries Highrisers scrambling a bit on their defense. But Shaya Adorador, she is everywhere. She's been running left, right, back, front, and has been very aggressive since the very first whistle. Paliton. Great blocking in the net by Dorador and Gaston. And no follow-up after that. Let's look at this replay. Coronel sets it at the very end to Encarnacion. 15-15.
Another service error for the side of the Galleries. So that's their third service error already here in this set.
Let's go to our second technical timeout. This time the Chery Tiggo Crossovers leading, but only by 1 point, 16-15. Enjoy the biggest sporting events this December on the Pilipinas Live app. Watch all the action live on demand and on any device. Download and register now for free. 16 serving 15, courtesy of Adorador. Coronel. Labor sets that to Robles. Eroa was there. From the back, Encarnacion. The Bor attacks. Ronquillo. And another long rally graces us here in set 1. And we ask, who will end it this time?
Another good save on the side of the Galleries.
So close. Great reflexes by Gaston. And
Robles ends that long rally.
She felt each attack and the relief, that heavy sigh in between Coronel and Encarnacion. A very slim chance, but she made it.
Adorador once again serving for the crossover. Good pickup there from Aragalang. Robles once again, but this time straight into the net.
Robles.
It's just 1 point advantage now for Chery Tiggo as Rosel Baliton gets ready to serve.
Nabor back sets to Gaston. Asking for a check ball, but the referees have already called it out, and Polina not really putting up much of a fight there.
So it's a tied game now at 17. So the Galleries are actually doing a very good job. And I think that incentive last time is working its wonders.
This is why I'm so curious to find out what's on the line for the Galeries Tower. Probably ensaymada to match the coffee.
But they're really keeping it close, and that's what you would want. So of course, as we seen in the standings earlier, crossovers are way up there, and several slots higher than Galleries. So of course, a win today would be big for the Highrisers.
And this is the kind of excitement that we were talking about earlier. Like, balikan lang. 1 point, one team scores, the other team easily makes up for it. And it's been a really fantastic set one so far. Galang sets it to Robles. Straight to Eroa, but Liza has no answer for that one.
That's Robles now with 4 points, 4 attack points.
Coronel to Marzan. The board to Galang with a soft touch. Jimenez. Blocked by Maranyo and Galang. 2-point lead for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. That block of the set brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference.
Paikutin mo to. Okay? Ngayon, ang problema natin yung blockings. Pinatatanong muna kayo, as in pababa na si Robles bago pumalo. Okay? So, mag-delay kayo. Hayaan nyo muna siyang tumalon. Pag-contact, tsaka nyo doon timingan. Ha? Lagi sa gilid mo, tsaka gilid mo dumadaan eh. Hindi mo naman natatapatan. Ngayon, mag-react ka. Tumalsik sa'yo ang bola. Anong gagawin mo? Hindi mo alam? Gaganyanin mo lang yung bola? Diba? Sige lang. Let's go!
2-point lead for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Some players also enjoying the action that is provided to you by our two teams this afternoon. Again, this is our first game of this afternoon's doubleheader. After this, it's going to be the Signal HD Spikers against the Petrogas Angels. Robles tries her luck and succeeds again.
Well, says Robles, not the tallest player on the court right now, but definitely hits the hardest.
Good serve by Jasmine Nabor. Jimenez. Here she is. She's finding her groove, her angle. Everything's working for her.
Lisa Jimenez now with 7 points.
In between the arms of Abby Maranyo. Before Joe Maraganot serves, a timeout is called by Chery Tiggo.
Ngayon, pasa lang muna. Good ka na dun ha, basta dito ko lang maghabol lang ng habol. Importante na tataas natin yung bola. Okay? Jasmine, I think hindi sila komportable mag-block ng running spike kung kaya mo bigay ng running spike to. Okay? Bahala ka na kung anong combination kaya ano, tas safe ka dito. Okay? Okay ha, yun na tayo. Cut na kagad yan ha.
Go, let's go!
Chery, on the...
Some very, very specific instructions for Jasmine Nabor. Our players from the Signal HD Spikers warming up. But back to what Coach Miguel was saying, he definitely asked for a running attack from Jasmine Nabor.
And Marzan now scores a point for Galleries. A quick attack, and once again off the hands of the blocker. So you know those things are actually working well here for Galleries. Yung pag natatamaan ng kamay ng blocker.
What was that switch that just turned on for them? Because a while ago, that's what Coach Lerma was saying. Like, there was a bit of apprehension, anxiety for something.
That's right.
That hasn't even happened yet. And then now, that's what they're addressing.
That's right. And I think it's good that they responded, you know, to that instruction of Coach Lerma. And again, this is a very good hustle that we're seeing here for Galleries. They have been very aggressive protecting the floor. You can see bodies flying all around everywhere. Diba, trying to keep the ball alive. So yun yung gusto mong makita eh.
Like you can see Encarnacion, Eroa just
That's
swooping
right.
in. And let's just pray that no one bumps into each other. But Robles really making away. The only gap she's fine is just a 1-point gap. So she's cutting it. And that's off the hands of the Galeries Tower.
Good read also from Nierva to let that go. One hand set.
Galang has been doing her soft
That's
touches,
right.
but it has yet to find its way to the straight to the floor. But she found another way to get a score, and that works. 23-21.
A lot of variations we're seeing in the hits of Ara Galang right now, and that really just keeps the defense of your opponents guessing. Will she be dropping the ball? Will she be hitting it hard? Will she hit long?
And maybe if it was part of her plan or not, but having that drop and then putting it way at the very back led all the Galeries Tower to the very front, leaving not a lot of players for the defense of that one.
Again, just a 1-point advantage for the crossovers. It's 22 serving 23.
23 for Galeries Tower, Carly Hernandez.
Hernandez sees action for the first time in today's match. She checks in. No surprise on Abby Maranyo, just breaking down that block. Really, there is nothing that can stop her. 24 serving 22. Coronel to Encarnacion. Really off the block. The thing is, both teams are making use of that technique.
Right, that's right. But Gallery scoring more of it here from this game.
As a timeout is called by Chery Tiggo. Let's listen in.
Sige, cut na yan, cut na yan. Basta pasa lang tayo, okay? Naintindihan? Front?
Yes, coach. Front.
Okay. Sige, pag mataas mo ang bola, bilisan mo lang din yung palo sa running spike. Saka kahit hindi ka na mag-fake, dire-diretso ka lang. Oo, yes. Okay.
Go, tara. Killer
1 point na lang tayo.
magandang pasa. Chery, on top!
Will the Chery Tiggo Crossovers be able to stay on top until the end of the game? We'll find out, but right now here at set 1, it seems to me that they are. Inside.
Inside.
You saw the frustration on Nierva and a slight tinge of regret.
Let's take a look at that once again.
Adorador. Encarnacion blocked. Once more. Great pancake save by Shaya. She tries on the 3rd time, but still denied as Chery Tiggo Crossovers snag this set from the Galeries Tower.
That was a good save by Shaya Dorador. Excellent block as well. point goes to her.
She's so red now. Oh, almost there. Yeah, she really gives her all. Her whole body does a turn. Like, it is a wonder to me how she's not dizzy yet.
Our score now is 25 apiece, and this is just the first set. So this is how important the game is. You know, both of these teams, I'm sure, would want to have a win going into the holidays. Oh, good save.
Great save there by Hernandez. Coronel, Nabor, Gaston, to Jazz, cross court. Adorador blocked. And great placement there by Pauline Gaston.
Again, a hard-earned point. Another long rally we've seen. Gaston putting that at the corner.
26 serving 25. Ronquillo off the block. Oh, they really are trying to extend this one. And I think it's so crucial because right now both teams have that confidence. And whoever sadly loses this set, it's gonna affect how they play for the second one.
That's true. So it's basically not only winning the first set, but gaining the momentum for the entire match.
Robles, she is fearless. Very stoic right now. Checks in.
7 points now for Zes Robles.
Ronquillo. Both teams still alive, part 4.
Shaya Dorador gets a breather.
She really deserves it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for, you know, one team to win just so she can like lessen the redness already in her face. Eroa, Ronquillo, breaking down the block of Nabor and Maranyo.
Again, it's good to see how Galeries are really challenging the block of the crossovers.
And both teams are just evenly matched right now. Nabor to Robles. Coronel to Ronquillo.
Good pickup by Eroa.
From the back, Encarnacion. Robles again!
Robles very feisty today.
Part 5. 28-28. We're just at set 1. Oh, great cross court, but Nabor was there. Galang to Robles with a soft touch. Back-to-back points for Princess Robles.
That was a good decision to just tip the ball.
On-point play for Princess Robles. Eroa to Jimenez. Sadly, that's outside. An attack error. Set 1 goes to the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Again, this is just set 1. Set 2 will be coming right after this break. We reached 30, Ivy.
That's right, and it's just, we're talking about the first set only. So this is, you know, if this sets the tone for the remainder of the game, then we're expecting a long game at that. So, but good performance from both of these teams. We've seen a lot of long rallies, and that just, goes to show how well the defense is working. But what we want to see now is how they're going to challenge. So the defense of both teams are challenging each other's attacks. And we've seen a lot of good plays as well, And as we take a look at the numbers, the Gallery surprisingly leads with more attack points. And get this, how many attempts that they've had for the first set? 78 attempts.
Oh,
so they got 20 points out of that 78 attempts. And we have one block point as well for Galeries, and the Chery Tiggo with 2 block points. But take note of the errors, the 3 points that Galeries has given away, 11 free points. So that actually, if they take a look at the numbers and see, had they just minimized those errors, probably they would have gone ahead here in this set.
And a couple of those errors were service errors. Usually, you know how coaches really get frustrated with service errors. But just harping on what Ivy said, if set 1 were to set the tone for the rest of the games, we really are in for an exciting match. It's not only Shai Adorador who would be red on the face, but maybe us
everybody
as well.
else.
And like all the fans just holding their breath each set. But what a performance.
That's right. And the long rallies we've seen, I think the numbers really, it just goes to shows with the numbers. 18 excellent digs for both of the teams. The setters both gave out 4 excellent sets. Chery had 12 excellent receptions, while the Galeries had 5. So that's actually good numbers. I mean, we always take a look at the scores that are that's being made by the attackers, the spikes, the service aces. But I think we really have to pay attention as well to how well these players are defending the floor.
And defending the net. The Galeries Tower scoring the first point here in set 2, similar to set 1. But let's see, that block of the set brought to you by East West Bank, the official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. And during those long rallies, you could hear some screams. Those were not the fans, those were the players themselves.
Right.
Just screaming at each other out of excitement and adrenaline. 2-0 lead for the Galeries Tower.
And Julia Coronel once again with this with the service ace. So she really made a name for herself, in her last game. 5 service aces, and I think it was in the second set. That really changed the pace for the Galeries.
That's why we were saying, believe the hype. She is the 3rd overall pick of the PVL draft, and she's shown that she belongs to the conference. She didn't play in the previous one because of her national team duties, but we saw her applying all her learnings from that stint here in this conference. We are enjoying the fruits of her labor.
So it's a 4-point advantage for the Galeries. Chery Tiggo yet to score a point here in the start of the second set.
And that's why their team has called for a timeout. Let's listen in.
Amu yan. Diba? Sige lang, isa-isayin lang natin. Tsagain lang natin siya, ha? Okay? Yung mga unforced error, iwas muna. Okay? Sige lang, sige lang. Kulit lang.
Sabahin natin yung 4. Let's go.
Isa-isa nga, let's go.
Dito ka. Start strong. Chery, on top. Bawi.
Coach Miguel is right. This kind of lead is unwarranted just because tapos na yung abo yan. You've had 30 points. Yep. You're very well versed already in the strategies, how each one plays, how they use your attacks against them. So what is causing this 4-0 lead for the Galeries Tower right now, Ivy?
Julia Coronel scores an ace. 5-0 for the Highrisers.
Set, but I think we have to commend the Galeries, because despite the fact that they've almost got that win. They're taking the lead here in the second set, and they're also in lead of the momentum.
6-0, and let's now check in with Lexi for more stories on her squad today. Lexi.
Thanks, Denise and Ivy. Well, it's evident that both these teams are really trying to give their all as we unwrap the final game day here in the PVL. But for the Crossovers, it's all about bouncing back, especially after this tough and tight start with just scoring the first point after a few points. And, you know, as you mentioned, both of these squads are playing with confidence, but it's Chery Tiggo that's trying to channel in that belief to stay in the fight. And as you mentioned, we talked about confidence. We can talk about confidence all day, but Abby Maraño is no stranger to that. She's been embodying this for her entire life, her entire volleyball career. And with her experience, she knows that patience and understanding go hand in hand, especially in high-pressure situations like this. She's no stranger to situations like this. And Abby continues to try and set the tone for her team, whether she's on court or she's off the bench or she's even at the bench. She knows that composure is just as important as intensity, and hopefully they try to keep this close contest so far, and we'll see if the Crossovers can sustain or get back their momentum heading into this intense match just in time for the holidays. Denise and Ivy.
Thanks for that, Lexi. But at least Chery Tiggo stops that really painful bleeding.
Right, that's
that we
right.
went at 6-0. That's something. But now they're at 7-2. 5-point lead for Galeries Tower. 7-3 now. And well, it's somehow similar to set 1 that Chery Tiggo usually has a slow start. And a service error as we go to our first technical timeout. Galeries Tower leading 5 points, 8-3. It's the Galeries Tower Highrisers against the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, with the Crossovers having 1 set against the Galeries Tower. But right now, similar plot to set 1. Galeries Tower have the lead here in the first set. We wait for the warm-up to finish for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
So they're down by 5 points here in the second set, and which is, you know, you would think that because they won the first set that they would be coming in with much more energy and much more aggressiveness.
But you said so yourself, it could be the stamina talking. Much needed point there from set Shaya Dorador in between the hands of Jimenez. Great effort off the block by Jimenez. Still capitalizing that usual attack. Tower Highrisers still on a high. 5-point lead for them, 9 serving 4. Isa Jimenez already with 9 attack points. Nabor to Adorador. At the very back where it was only Ronquillo standing guard. That spike of the set brought to you by Dunkin, pasalubong ng bayan. Good serve. Baliton with a quick attack. Nabor. Encarnacion, Nero was there.
Set too wide. Coronel apologizes.
And Encarnacion really scrambled. And Chery Tiggo finally catches up. Just a 3-point lead for Galeries Tower. Encarnacion still making money off that attack.
Once again, off the block.
If it ain't broken, don't fix it. But Chery Tiggo Crossovers better fix it. Then serving 6. Nabor to Robles. Heroa was there. Ronquillo.
Oh, good coverage from Miroa.
Nierva to Nabor. Coronel to Ronquillo. Cross court. Nierva was there. Ah. Miroa apologizing to her teammates. But not too bad, really.
That's right. But she's been, able to save most of all the touches.
There was just no follow-up there from Baleton. Another unforced error for the Galeries Highrisers.
Galeries Tower, 3 out.
Substitution for the squad. Mabilangan comes in. And Paran.
8 serving 10.
Now just a 2-point lead for Galeries Tower. Ronquillo. Nabor to Robles. Great defense really by Liza Eroa.
Franz Ronquillo hits 6.
11 serving 8. Another point for Galeries Tower.
Serving for the Highrisers.
As Rosel Baleton serves.
Oh, that was a
good combination
It was
play.
a good combination
Whoa.
play, but ball was just too strong. That went out. Probably one of the best plays we've seen on the side of well, for both squads.
A very, very smooth one. But so, I can't even say so close. It's kind of far. Abby Maranyo, no doubt about her breaking down the defense, the Galeries Tower. Ronquillo. Very smooth, quick attack.
If Ronquillo gets, the sets that she wants, and she's able to attack or she's able to approach properly, then she can really go for all those pretty hits.
13 serving 9. Galeries Tower trying to push Chery Tiggo farther and farther away. Ronquillo again. Dorador was there. The board to Robles. Great blocking by Marzan.
Good read for Galleries. Really not much space for Maraño.
Block point for Andrea Marzan. Ooh. Service error for Paran. 4-point lead for Galeries Tower. Bicar comes in. For Jasmine Nabor as Robles serves. Another point for Marzan. She's really got it covered from net defense to her attacks. Her in the front. She is unstoppable right now. Bicar to Adorador.
Good off speed by Shaya Adorador.
And it's been really tough for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers to catch up to Galeries Tower compared to how it was in set 1 where they really kept it close. A service error. It's really them aiding the Galeries Tower as they're still leading 16-11 here in our second technical timeout. The Emirates NBA Cup Finals is almost here. Catch it live on December 18th on NBA TV Philippines, One Sports, and Pilipinas Live. Again, you're watching live on the Phil Sports Arena here in Pasig City. Our first game for this Saturday's doubleheader. It's the Galeries Tower Highrisers against the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. 16-11. Galeries Tower staying on point, maintaining their lead against the Crossovers. Hernandez. And too wide of an attack for Jewel Encarnacion. Point for Chery Tiggo.
Survey Aragala.
Encarnacion straight to Robles. Bicar sets that up for Adorador. From the back. Amazing effort by Jimenez. Let's look at that replay.
It's Ronquillo. Ronquillo with that kill.
Mabilangan.
17 serving 12. Mabilangan to Encarnacion.
Oh, miscommunication from Galang and Dorador.
So close. But great placement for Encarnacion. Service error for Galeries Tower and Mabilangan.
That would be the third service error for Galleries here in this set.
And right now they could afford it. They have a 5-point lead against the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, but you don't want them adding more to their score.
Oh, off the block.
Audrey Paran through the block.
I think that's Audrey Paran's first point.
That's right.
For this game. She's joining the scoreboard on the hands of Princess Robles. Bicard to Gaston, who has been a bit quiet this set.
Another kill by Paran.
Back-to-back points for Audrey Paran. Timeout will be called by Chery Tiggo Crossovers because of that.
Ponggay, nasa si Ponggay. Pag silitan diskarte lang, pwedeng dun, lalong. Di ba, push. Di ba, hindi dire-diretso lang palagi sa block. Okay? Sige lang, isa-isayin lang natin to.
Di ba yan tapos sa 20? Sige natin. Go guys, Chery! On top! Go, go!
7-point lead for the Galeries Tower. If I remember correctly, this is their biggest one yet. They started the game strong. Who knows if they're also ending the set strong. But what a bounce back after set 1. Bicard to Gaston. Point.
Six-point advantage being enjoyed by Galleries here in the second set.
Ronquillo. Great 1-hour save by Galang. Bilangan. Back to Ronquillo, this time with a softer touch. We've been talking about Julia Coronel's versatility, but what about Franz Ronquillo's versatility as well?
That's right, and she's been scoring heavily as well here for Galleries. She has already 7 points, third top scorer for the Highrisers. Of course, the pack is led by Isa Jimenez with 9 points, followed by Jewel Encarnacion with 8.
Ronquillo. Back-to-back points for France.
Crossovers having challenges defending at the net.
Maraguinot will be checking in for Baleton. 22 serving 14. Bicard to Galang.
Oh, good save by Roa. But I think this will be challenged by the Crossovers.
The challenge is a floor touch by the coaching staff of Chery Tiggo. Right now,
this is a much-needed point by the Crossovers.
it is. The Galeries Tower, really, they've enjoyed the lead throughout this whole set. and still playing so well with so much confidence, hitting all their attacks, that they could afford all these
Right.
unforced service
That's right.
errors.
You know, the thing about what's good about the galleries that we're seeing right now is that despite the fact that they lost the first set, and they almost had it actually, but you know, they're playing in higher spirits here in the second set.
Successful challenge for Coach Norman and the rest of the Chery Tiggo squad. It was a floor touch. And as Ivy mentioned a while ago, a much needed boost for Chery Tiggo. Bicar back sets to Galang. We're seeing an exchange of feints here. But para-paraan, para kay Paraan.
So still the crossovers not able to time and read the blocks well. Para this time targeting the arm of Robles.
Still, that's their signature attack right now as a team. Off the block. Probably friends of Jo with some cutouts of her cheering for Maraguinot and the Galeries Tower squad. Bicar to Galang. Outside. And it seems like, you know, for Jo, all of her teammates have already scored, so she is looking to add her name to the scoreboard along with her teammates. Great playmaking that we've been seeing from Mabilangan right now. Bicar, Adorador.
That clips the line.
One point at a time for Chery Tiggo. Bawi kung bawi, 17. Serving 23. Says Robles on your screens to serve for her team.
17 serving 23.
Seems to be a discussion on the other table that the referee has given a go signal for Ces Robles to now serve. Verde Flor, Galang. Maraguinot now caught that one. Gives away a free ball. Galang really keeping Galeries Tower on their toes, but they are very alert. But not on this one.
Excellent block there by Maraño.
Smart move, seeing that all the players of Gallery Tower, they're all at the front.
Eh, syempre nagbabasa din yung mga yan. Actually, yung block nga nakaganyan lang eh. Eh kung pinalo mo yun ng kanan or kaliwa, single block na nga yun eh. Again, ladies, be mindful tayo. Pag papalo kayo, outsmart niyo yung kalaban. Syempre gusto humabol yung mga yan. Kailangan outsmart natin sila. Hindi pwedeng palo lang, receive lang. Okay? O sige, pasahan natin. Anong play natin? O sige. Pasahan natin ha. Pasahan natin.
23-18. I don't know who said it, but sabi nga nila, dalawa na lang. But Chery Tiggo still confident that they can chase the score of Galeries Tower. And, you know, that's how it should be always.
That's right. So nothing's impossible, but really a lot of consistency must come out from the side of the crossovers.
Another point for Chery Tiggo Crossovers. They're on a roll right now. Better blocking that we're seeing from them as well. Coronel, Tronquillo.
Was that out? The linesman calls it in. But a challenge will be taken by the Crossovers.
We can see that the Chery Tiggo players do feel strongly that that attack was outside. But we await the results and the replay.
Of course, for Chery Tiggo, this has to go their way to make sure, you know, that they still have more opportunity to catch up. This is the replay. Did it touch the line? Yes,
Yes, it
it
did. I think an unsuccessful challenge for Coach Norman. He's not happy, especially since your squad is really chasing the 24 points of Galeries Tower right now. They're at set point. Bicar Tomaranyo, she's so good with getting those zones at the very back. That makes the Galeries Tower players think twice, like, should we still go for it? Looks like it's gonna be out anyways.
Oh, another service error from Abby Maranyo.
And with that, Galeries Tower Highrisers snag set 2 against the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, 25-20. Now both teams have one set apiece. Who will get the second one? Well, we'll find out in set 3 after the break. What a build-up for the Galeries Tower Highrisers. After a really good performance for set 1, they managed to get a win at set 2, maintaining their 5-point lead against the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
That's right. So it was a very hot start for the Highrisers. They led as much as 6 points. And, you know, with that, there was really no looking back, no turning back here for them. And they led all the way. Well, we wouldn't really say that the Crossovers struggled. Well, they did at the start, but towards the second half of the second set, they were actually playing better. It's just that, you know, the Galleries held on to the momentum. It made it difficult for the crossovers to just shift everything into their favor. And let's take a look at the numbers for set number 2. The Galleries had more attack points, had more points from the service line as well. Both of these teams very aggressive at defending the net. Both had 2 points from that. And still the Galleries with more errors or more free points given away. But this is a better number compared to the 11 that they gave out in the first set. And Chery still managing or minimizing those errors or free points, which is how it's supposed to be because we're playing catch-up the entire time in the second set. But really what I think really worked well was the fact that the Galleries were not faced by the loss of the first set. So,
Exactly.
you know, it wasn't really, we wouldn't really say that the crossovers were playing badly in the second set because, you know, they're playing well, they're playing well. It's just that the Galleries had this, you know, they kept the momentum with them. They had more positive body language, and that really helped them, you know, keep control of the second set.
It's great that you mentioned that, you know, because before, talking to Franz Ronquillo, the answer is always, yeah, you know, we're trying to gain experience, trying to build chemistry. But what you pointed out, that they didn't lose confidence. In fact, it felt like just a starting board, a jumping board for them to perform even better. Shows the maturity of the players after what has really been a tough conference. In that previous conference, they didn't get any win at all.
Right.
And you would think that loss after loss, it would really break down your confidence. But it went the other way for Galeries Tower, that they had a hot start, even in set 1. And it just kept getting hotter. And the question now is, will they be able to keep that fire alive against the Chery Tiggo Crossovers?
That's right, because we know that, of course, the crossovers would definitely, you know,
oh, for sure. No doubt there.
Yeah, definitely. You know, if we say back with a vengeance, that's what we could see here in the third set, because they don't really let off easily, you know.
And the thing with the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, you know, you hear all of these timeouts. You talk to Chang Abin, Aragalang, they know they could do it. Like, there's no question. There's no doubt there, not even the slightest bit.
Right.
So it's what they're dealing with really is usually the frustration of not being able to implement their intention. And it could be an omen or not, but this time around for set 3, it's Chery Tiggo Crossovers who are able to score the first point in set 3.
Robles, lone double-digit scorer for both teams with 11 points.
And this is what we're talking about. We're seeing more aggressive net defense from Maraño and also Robles. This time around, they're not allowing the Galeries Tower to make points. And that block of the set brought to you by East West Bank, official bank of the PVL All-Filipino Conference. Free ball given by Galeries Tower against the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, who are leading 3-0.
This is what we're talking about when we say that the crossovers would definitely make a comeback. Maraño being very aggressive at the start of the third set.
She's trying to put out the flame of the Galeries Tower, and they're gonna have to fight harder for this one. And they are, with Franz Ronquillo taking the lead.
Ronquillo now with on double digits, 10 points.
Painful service error for Ronquillo after she just scored a point off her attack.
And Mabilangan was able to earn her spot to start off here in the third set.
But you're sensing a different vibe from both teams here in set 3 as we check in with Lexi on her report on the squads and maybe also their vibes. Lexi?
Well, Denise and Ivy, it's clear that in the later huddle in the past set that the Highrisers, Coach Lemmer reminded them that outsmarting their opponent is what will keep them in their A game. They clinched that second set. They tied the game at 1-1. While they're down at 2, Julia Coronel, while she's not playing on court, she is loving every second of it. She told me that she thrives at the challenge of playing against seasoned veterans, saying it's not just about keeping up, it's about outsmarting them. The same thing that Coach Lemmer reminded them to do. Every clever play that she makes her more confident, and you can see it in her game, especially in the past sets that she's been doing. She's poised, she's sharp, and she's definitely unafraid to take risks. This is something that she actually learned from her national team stint, from her ATES in that experience. And Julia's really just excited to share this lesson to the rest of the team. But more than anything else, it's really this fearless energy that's keeping the Galeries Tower Highrisers in the fight. Back to you, Denise and Ivy.
Now, during Lexi's report, what a rally!
That was
I was
another,
breathless.
yeah, it was another long rally, and again, you know, it's really all about patience, you know, and the Galleries was able to get that, and again, Jimenez scores a point.
But, you know, just to pinpoint to that previous rally that we had, Verde Flor's effort,
Right.
she was really relentless. And that's always what you want from the liberos. Like, just amazing play. And what Abby was saying a while ago, they're more paced out. You're not seeing both teams get rattled compared to the first 2 sets where you do see them almost bumping into each other. So there is more composure, more poise. And the net really is where both teams are trying to one-up each other. But it was Chery Tiggo who was able to score one over Galeries Tower, thanks to Pauline's relentless attack on the net. Nabor. Maranyo to Galang. Kabilangan. Ball makes it. Hindi na nahabol after Franz Ronquillo was sprawled all over the floor.
Pongay Gaston now hitting opposite. Again, this is another luxury that the Crossovers had, you know, that they're able to rotate positions with some of their key players.
They really are able to switch things up, keep Galeries Tower guessing on who's who. As Galang gives away a free ball and attacks.
Galang at the outside hitter position, so she has been playing opposite earlier in the first 2 sets.
And Baliton was waiting for where she will be placing that ball. But a challenge is being called by Coach Lerma and the coaching staff of Galeries Tower. But that challenge has been denied. Coach Lerma, you can hear her really making a request.
Oh, that's a service ace.
Timeout now will be called by Coach Lerma. 8 serving 4. It's Chery Tiggo who is enjoying the lead against the Galeries Tower. What happened?
Well, I think, you know, it's again, there's well, let's listen into some conversations happening with the first referee. Well, I think some sort of clarification, but it was good to see that the crossovers are able to get their momentum back. It's really more of how they sort of kind of relaxed a little bit.
Yes.
You know? So right now we're seeing more aggressiveness. And I think what also made the difference here in the set was the fact that, you know, they're getting more success defending the net. So still Galeries are trying to look for the hands, pero ngayon mas marami ng pagkakataon na nakaka-block itong crossovers.
Inangaatan na nila. Literally, like they're really trying to go above and beyond against the Galeries Tower. And it's now the Galeries Tower that's having a hard time catching up to the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Mabilangan. The board to Rodriguez but blocked. Ronquillo to Mabilangan and to Encarnacion. Gaston was there. He goes to Jimenez. And we're seeing our second rally here in set 3. The net defense of the Chery Tiggo Crossovers not letting up. Galang tries an attack of her own. Back set to Jimenez again.
Free ball.
Ball still alive.
Oh, good block by the crossovers. And this is what we're talking about. This is probably one of the biggest difference when it comes to the net defense of the crossover. So now nakaka-block na talaga sila ng bumabalik, hindi lumalabas.
And that was Therese Gaston, sister of Pauline Gaston, who will be serving for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. 5-point lead for her squad. Coming back with a vengeance indeed for set 3. Paran. Eroa. Hindi na nahabol ni Verdeflor. Great placement by Encarnacion. Galeries Tower needing to catch up to the 4-point lead of Chery Tiggo. Galang. Just at the net.
Oh, that was an overreaching. Will be called an overreaching violation against Rodriguez.
And a challenge called by Chery Tiggo. That it were the Galeries Tower who did the overreaching. It's like, you know, the ref called and then you have your Uno card reverse. It's not us, it's you. But we'll find out who's who gets the point. But right now, we're seeing a, I wouldn't say downcast, but something to that level, a bit lesser, of the Galeries Tower. The spark, that fire that we were talking about that they had for set 1 and set 2, it's like there's a jinx.
So the call is in favor of Galeries because the setter is still in motion off with the act of setting the ball. Still on the side of the Galeries, rather.
No, as I was saying, it's like whoever wins the previous set, it's bad luck.
Yeah.
The momentum is if you're losing.
Service ace, Jewel Encarnacion.
Service ace for Jewel, who I think is already at double digits. A lot of the players for Galeries Tower are already in double digits. Coronel checks in. She's back for set 3.
We actually have 3 players on the side of the Galleries in double digits. Encarnacion leads with 12, Jimenez 10, and Ronquillo with 10 as well.
Eroa, Tuparan, off-speed attack. Works like magic against Verde Flor. Timeout will be called by Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Let's listen in to Coach Norman.
Kailangan, buwis-buhay na tayo dito. Hindi pwede gaganyan-ganyan, di ba? Layo na naman lang natin. Isa na naman tayo. Sigla.
Kanya te.
Ayun iniinsayo kasi mali yung last action eh. Diba? Itapa mo na yung katawan mo. Naka-establish yung block natin. Tulungan na lang natin sila. Tulungan natin yung harap natin.
Let's go. Tabaho. Chery! On top!
Coach Kung Fu and Coach Norman in agreement that, you know what, why not? It's our last game of the season. We're winning. Just throw yourself out there. And what he pointed out, tulungan niyo yung sa harap. Because he's right. The net defense of Chery Tiggo Crossovers right now is on point. It's the floor defense.
Right.
The back that's
right.
a bit lacking. And a while ago, you did see them. You had Nierva throwing herself in the floor. And that's what coach is expecting for the rest of the squad. Jimenez.
So another point for Ronquillo. So now just a 2-point advantage for the Crossovers.
They're slowly creeping in.
We are tied at 10.
And there's really some active coaching here from Coach Lerma. But we're seeing a couple of errors from Verde Flor, Ivy.
That's right. And I think she was a bit shaken, you know, over the last time up because instructions were really directed to her.
But now the Galeries Tower switching the table, turning the tables over for them.
Oh, it's a service ace.
2-0 run now for Galeries Tower. Just right with that white line. Rodriguez pushing that.
Oh, another point for the Galleries.
3-0. And is it really the timeout that shook the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, Ivy, that's causing them to falter a bit here? 8-0 run, rather, for Galeries Tower. 9-0 run. Ivy, please break it down. What's happening?
So things are falling apart on the side of the Chery Crossovers. I mean, they've clearly had a strong advantage at the start of the set. But I think, you know, it's really more of what the Galleries are doing right now. And, you know, despite the fact that they're playing catch-up, they're actually playing more confidently than the Crossovers did. Oh, but Robles have other things in mind.
And that, included in that list, is bringing her team back to the standing because Galeries Tower had a 4-point lead. It's like we just blinked and the Galeries Tower were able to catch up. Genierva is also checking in for Verde Flor for Chery Tiggo. And Coach Norman, I think, is hoping for a better floor defense.
That's right.
With her coming in. Nabor.
Oh, too much angle on that from Robles.
It was a good thing. I think it was Ronquillo. Not so sure who was able to avoid that cross-court attack. Aiding the rally here in set 3. Oh, but Robles really means business.
And she has her game face on, and she has been very consistent here for the crossovers. 13 points for Robles.
12 serving 15. Coronel Tuparan off speed again. So for our second technical timeout, the Galeries Tower towering over the Chery Tiggo Crossovers 16-12. Glory Days comes back for another season. It premieres January 2025 only on the UAAP Varsity Channel and Pilipinas Live. We check back in on the game again. I'm Denise Inside with my partner Ivy Remulla and Lexi Rodriguez covering this game between the Galeries Tower Highrisers and the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Both sets have already one set apiece. And here in set 3, Chery Tiggo enjoyed the lead in the first half, but the Galeries Tower managed to turn the table, and now they have the 3-point lead. 9 excellent sets for Jazz Nabor. Coronel back sets to Paran. Eroa.
Oh,
To Coronel. On cue.
Imagine that. Not only can she set, but she can also get that kill from the attack.
That spike of the set brought to you by Duncan, pasalubong ng bayan. This is the versatility that we were talking about in our pregame. And the versatility that, you know, Chery Tiggo Crossovers touts, but is being able to be replicated by Julia Coronel for her squad. Timeout is called again by Chery Tiggo. Let's listen in. Score is 18-13 in favor of Galeries Tower.
This time. So adjust tayo sa positioning natin, ha? Sige lang, isa-isa lang. Go. Tiwala, Jen, tiwala. Go. Nagbutas sa gitna, pasok ka na. Ikaw na kukuha sa defense. So, unang hayaan, meron ng diferensya sa block dun eh. So, ikaw lang tutulong sa... Go!
Wala pa din ha, walang bibitaw.
Ivy, I'm gonna ask you a question. Sabi nga ni Chang Abby, walang bibitaw. But right now, sino yung bumibitaw sa Chery Tiggo Crossovers?
But I think, they just let loose a little, but not really. Di pa naman todong bumibitaw. We've seen that they have, they managed to score the points. It's just, I think they were really shaken up yung 9-point run nitong na Galleries, But we're seeing signs of life already. And Chang Abby, of course, from the side of the crossover. So sabi nga niya, magbibitaw talaga. Syempre, she has to be the first to show that.
Resurrecting the energy of her squad. Trying to save, trying to, remove that 9-0 run that I guess really traumatized the players of Chery Tiggo right now. 4-point lead for Galeries Tower. Nabor. Coronel to Encarnacion. Nierva. Great play from both teams. But Jewel really proving what a gem she is for her squad.
14 points for Jewel Encarnacion. And once again, they are earning the points using the hands of the blockers. So that has been one of the challenges on the side of the crossovers. When the attack or the spike hits the hands of the block and it gets deflected, usually they're not able to keep it alive.
So Jewel Encarnacion has the same points, as Chery Tiggo right now. They're both tied at 14. Well, now, Chery Tiggo's at 15 as Abby Maraño trying to rally her teammates to find that fighting spirit of theirs and emulate her. That's really Chang Abby leading by example.
Well, almost a good save.
There. But I love that swag pose that Baliton did after she dunked that ball at the middle like a huge donut hole. 20 serving 15. Nabor to Rodriguez.
Oh, that was outside.
Ball out.
It's these missed chances, that's adding to the Chery Tiggo Crossovers being more hesitant. And I think, you can think of it na walang bibitaw, pero pwede silang bumitaw to be let free, to, be more carefree in the way that they were playing.
And Adorador fires one in.
Great attack by Shaya Adorador. She has been quiet at set 3.
That's right. So this is a 5-point advantage being enjoyed by Galeries Tower.
And the biggest lead that Galeries Tower has enjoyed so far is a 6-point lead, which happened, I think, in set 2 and also here in set 3.
Oh, it's almost a good save there from Ronquillo.
Timeout called this time by Coach Lerma. Let's try to catch what she's trying to say.
Sinisira mo yung momentum na una yung referee sige, pasahan lang natin. Tatlo tayo. Bilisan mo kasi. Pag tumakbo ka kasi, nandun ka sa may poste tumatakbo. Pag takbo mo, palabas. Okay, coach. Para magpapigil ka. Coach, play natin. Play. Hindi ako masyado nakakalimutan. Coach Tiger po.
Audrey Paran has been a much-needed spark for the Galeries Tower. Baliton was already performing well. Ronquillo, Encarnacion, of course, Coronel and Eroa, but she's a great addition to the squad that are all overperforming in today's match.
Oh, another clean play there from the Highrisers.
Jewel Encarnacion just shining through and through in today's match. As she now moves to the service area. 5-point lead still for the Galeries Tower. Jewel Samonte checks in for the first time in today's game. Coach Norman trying to find players that will spark that fire for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. And fresh off the bench, Jewel Samonte scores her first point in the match.
Making sure that the decision to put it in will be worth it. You know, the thing about the Crossovers is they have a really deep bench.
They do.
Know? So a lot of combinations for the six that you put inside a court. I'm sure the coaches are having, that's always a normal challenge for them. You know, which combination will they put in?
But Ronquillo is having no trouble in the combination of
Right. 13 points already for her.
Amazing, amazing performance by Franz Ronquillo right now. Joe Maragino checks in again for Baliton. And Hernandez for Marzan. Galeries Tower is 2 points away from set point. Paran.
So that's outside. Ronquillo overcooks it.
But they could still afford these mistakes.
Right. So just 2 more points to close out this set for the Highrisers. Angela Nunag comes in once again for the Crossovers, so this would add more defense at the back.
Coronel to Ronquillo. Oh, I think that was straight to the chest. Or I think the thumb of Adorador. You saw her wincing in pain. Mabilangan checks in for Coronel. They're at set point, 24-19.
Galeries Tower now at 10 points, serving for the set. Name Mabilangan.
Bicar to Robles. Eroa to Ronquillo. Nierva was there. Robles to the back. Joe to the rescue. Franz Ronquillo, Ivy.
Well, she has been the hot hands here for the Highrisers.
25-19 for Galeries Tower. Franz Ronquillo with how many points already?
15. Oh, sorry, that's 15 points. Yeah, that's right for Ronquillo.
Set 4 coming up. Will Galeries Tower Highrisers be able to close this in 4 sets, or will we head to a 5th set? things up at the second half because it was the Chery Tiggo Crossovers who held quite a comfortable lead at the very beginning.
That's right. So it has been it was a 3-0 run at the start of the third set, but come the 10th point when the Galleries scored their 5th point, that's when the 9-point run started and made it difficult for the Crossovers to just recover and you figure out what happened. You know, I think they were having a very confident, a good start of the match, but it was that 9-point run that really shook them and it was difficult for them to get back. Let's take a look at the numbers for the third set. So 15 attack points for Galleries and still more points converted when it comes to their attacks. Both challenging each other very tightly at the net. 2 block points once again for each of these teams. But one thing that made the difference here in the recent set was a number of aces. So the pressure that was placed by the Galleries from the service line. So that also made the difference. But we'd like to say good job to both of these teams for minimizing yet again the errors into the match. Only 2 free points given out by Galeries and 4 by the Crossovers.
Now, looking at the stats alone, the Galeries Tower Highrisers is the team that keeps on giving.
Right.
With their performance, with their players. But will the gift giving end at set 4? Or, you know, will they continue to be generous?
Right, that's right. So, but this is going to be interesting again because, you know, the start of the match does not necessarily dictate who's going to, you know, to win it because there's a lot of turning points and as we go along in each set. And both of these teams have already surprised us, you know, with these turnarounds.
Exactly. We highlighted the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, you know, coming back with a vengeance in set 3. To be fair to them, they did in the first half. But that revenge just went to the Galeries Tower and they held the grudge till the very end. This time, early on in the set, we're already tied at 1-1. You can feel yung gigil also from the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
Yeah. But I think one clear advantage that Galeries has at this match would be that they're able to convert more of their attempts in attacks into points as compared to Chery Tiggo.
Case in point.
Once again, off the block, Jimenez.
And that is one problem that the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, they haven't found a solution yet.
That's right.
But that's one problem that's been nagging them since the very first point. And you wonder, where's the sense of urgency in trying to address that specific pain point for them? Labor, Tugalang.
It's a free ball.
Coronel. There with the back set to Galang.
Galang finds the corner.
Great placement, courtesy of her experience and her skill and just plain talent. Also, Raisa Robles has not smiled since the game started, and maybe we'll get to witness that smile if they win today's match. Maraño, Eroa was there. Coronel. Turonquillo. She still has the hot hands, even bringing it into here, set 4.
Again, that is where the Galeries have been scoring most of the points, you know, off the hands of the blockers.
Dorador from the back. Coronel's smile Every time she goes to the side, and you know, it's like an announcement to the world.
It's outside.
It's out. And her long limbs always come in handy when she's trying to stretch her other arm to save the ball. Coronel setting. Tronquillo from the back. Point again for the Galeries Tower as we check in with Lexi and her report for this set. Lexi?
Chery Tiggo.
Denise and Ivy, at this point, whether it's the fourth set or any other set, every single point counts and every single play counts. And actually, it's a bit tense because, you know, this wasn't exactly the vision and the execution that the Chery Tiggo Crossovers had in mind when they had this game. It's actually a bit tense on the bench, as I mentioned. A bit of frustration is seen as they try to shake off missteps and reduce their unforced errors. They've been struggling to establish their usual tempo, and it's clear that adjusting their execution mid-game has been a challenge. But during the huddle, the focus wasn't just on strategy, it was also on mindset. And Coach Norman reminded the team that while precision is key, playing with enjoyment and confidence is just as important. It's about finding that balance between executing the technical aspects of the game and rediscovering the joy that fuels their performance. If they can tap into that energy, especially in this set, even if they're down by 3, you might see the Crossovers regain that confidence and spark and hopefully make a push to take this and extend this to a deciding 5th set. Back to you, Denise and Ivy.
Well, we're also rooting, you know, for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers to show what they've got.
That's right.
We all know what they've got.
Exactly. So, you know, you have a very, very diverse lineup of players, all with their individual strengths. So it's really just a matter of putting it all together.
It's the cohesiveness and the chemistry, because one player alone, you've got Princess Robles, Janierva, who are standouts even back in their UAAP days. But it's being able to blend during a match that it will come in handy.
Rotation error called up against the Galleries. Moving too soon.
For serving 6 by Captain Abby Maranyo. Adorador blocked by Galeries Tower. Whoa! That's the full throttle attack, courtesy of Aragalang after a back set by Tabor. Just a 1-point lead now for Galeries Tower. Coronel. Oh,
another great hit by Aragalang, cross court.
2-0 for Aragalang. And really that chemistry we were talking about, the just in time of Just Nabor to the full throttle of Aragalang works so well. And really great service by Chang Abi.
And now the Crossovers find themselves in the lead, 7 serving 6.
Who will be the team on the lead as we head to our first technical timeout? The 5-0 run from the Chery Tiggo Crossovers right now. Ball alive.
One-hand set.
Great save by Gaston. Coronel to Jimenez. Ero is there. Marzan. Maranyo to the rescue. Adorador. Our first long rally here in set 4.
Oh, too wide from Ronquillo. You can see Coronel really distributing the ball very well.
As Chery Tiggo takes the lead here in our first technical timeout for set 4. 8 6. On your screens and on his screen is Coach Chery Veloso, the Ateneo coach for women's volleyball. UAAP is also coming up next year. So lots of surprises in store for 2025. Chery Tiggo on the lead with just 2 points against Galeries Tower. But the former has 2 sets over the latter. Like to remind our viewers that we've got another game coming up. The Signal HD Spikers against the Petro Gas Angels. Abby Maraño still on the service area. Roa chasing after that ball. Jimenez gives away a free ball. Roa sets it for Encarnacion. Adorador cross court.
A chase to the ball. Well, they're not able to keep it alive.
Shy Adorador making some noise here in set 4.
9, serving 6. Substitution for the Highrisers.
Well, we see more aggressive body language in the entire squad on the floor right now for the crossovers.
And this is what Coach Norman has been saying since set 3. Buwis buhay na. Eroa to Coronel to Marzan. Nabor.
Oh, Aragalang sends that long.
Attack error for Chery Tiggo. But I guess in a high-stakes game like the one they are playing now, no, Coach Norman just letting them shrug it off. Just gotta make up for it quickly. Nabor back sets. Babawi si Aragalang. But great net defense by Baleton. Again, she is formidable when she is up front.
Well, she's got the height and you got long arms. So really a lot to work with defending the net.
Gaston asking for that set. Coronel to Encarnacion. Jimenez tries.
Oh, good coverage.
Adorador with a soft touch. Balik agad ng Galleries. Nierva. Jimenez blocked by Adorador. There was a quick jump at the net, but it's Aragalang who reigns victorious in that one.
That was another long rally. Man, the stamina of these players.
Oh, I almost forgot it was a long rally.
Yeah, but I mean, with the amount of long rallies that we've had already here.
Oh my God.
Great reminder.
A one-hand set.
Oh, that was so close.
Coronel, quick thinking.
Coronel, it's a spot.
Oh, that was outside called. Oh, they're calling for ball in, ball out. The linesman called it in.
Going the last lane for ball in.
Losing track of the long rallies and losing track of the challenges. It's been a fun, a very long game, and we still don't know if Chery Tiggo Crossovers will extend this to a 5th match. But what a treat! What a holiday treat!
That's right. So this is something that was it in? It is in. Very, very small margin, yeah, but still caught the line. So that point goes to the Galleries.
One more challenge remaining.
And that's when you say a little goes a long way.
9-10 with Isa Jimenez serving.
1 point lead for Chery Tiggo.
Pauline Gaston into the ball.
But Pauline Gaston contributing points and attacks of her own for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers off the hands of Jewel Encarnacion.
Mabilangan in. 18 out.
Mabilangan.
9 Paran in.
And Audrey Paran checks back in.
So we've seen this substitution earlier, and it has worked for the Galleries. So let's see if it still has its magic now. Oh yes, it does. Paran once again off the block. You know, the thing about Paran, she really doesn't jump that high.
She doesn't
really have much, you know, very high contact with the ball, but
And not the strongest of hits
that's
either.
right. That's right.
But
It's
an
just
efficient player.
Yeah, that's right. It's just a matter of knowing where to bring your attacker, where to bring your spike. Just like that from Pauline Gaston.
Knowing where to bring her spikes, really being aware, that kind of court awareness. All smiles for Pauline Gaston. Kabilangan to Baleton. But quick reflexes there by the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Eroa to Paran. Nabor. Ball still alive. Robles.
Robles with a hit.
I would like to say that she's slow and steady, but she's not slow. She is quick, steady, and strong.
Her attacks are actually very fast.
They
Yeah,
are.
so it gives lesser time for the defenders to react.
You really feel the power of her attacks. Mabilangan to Audrey. Gaston. Jo Maraguinot. Finally score. I think that's her first point.
Yes, first point for Jo Maraguinot.
Finally, she joins her teammates on the scoreboard.
For the Highrisers.
11 serving 13.
No, Paran once again. No, they just cannot get the timing right against Paran.
And my question is, how does she always get the timing right? Her specialty is like when she is in the net, she uses either the block or the net to slow down her attacks that makes the other team take a step back, get a bit confused. Jo Maraguinot. Mabilangan backsets to Audrey.
Well, still, the ball was picked up, but still the point from the attack of Audrey Paran.
But you can see a single block by Marzan. Really the confidence of the squad to just leave her there all by her lonesome.
Robles also doing her thing off the block.
14-13. Robles always just gets it done. Bicard checks in for Jasmine Abor. She now serves for her squad. Nierva. Galang to Robles.
And Robles finds the line.
How many points does Robles have right now?
She already has 17 points. 16 coming from attacks and a 1 service ace. But she has been very consistent for the crossover.
But Marzan also checking in for her team. Finally being at the front and being called, paying off for that play. And was that Robles? Or
It was Robles once again
again.
with that combination play.
Second technical timeout, Chery Tiggo Crossovers leading 2 points, 16-14. Want to win signed Signal HD Spikers jerseys and more? Well, Pilipinas Live is giving away ultimate fan freebies. All you need is to download the app and register to join. Visit the Pilipinas Live Facebook page for more details. And speaking of the Signal HD Spikers, they're coming up next against the Petrogas Angels after the current matchup between the Chery Tiggo Crossovers and the Galeries Tower Highrisers. And at this time, it's anybody's game.
That's right. But of course, for Galleries, they would not want to give any more momentum or motivation to the crossovers. It might be difficult when they reach the five sets. Of course, for crossovers, they would want to maintain the lead and make sure that they extend this to 5.
Because usually, you know, when you reach the 5th set, it's a battle of grit,
right,
and experience that Chery Tiggo Crossovers are not found lacking in. and you don't want to go against that because usually the odds are in that team's favor. But, you know, with the kind of grit that the Galeries Tower Highrisers have been showing throughout the entire game, it's not possible. But you don't want to push it.
Right, right. Yeah, we've seen a lot of highlights on the side of Galleries, a lot of shining moments, you know, going up against a more seasoned team, if we may say that.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah. There's no denying it.
So it really is a lot, you know, it takes a lot from a younger team to be able to match up against, you know, crossovers at this point. So there's a challenge called by the Gallery. So this is reaching beyond the net. And the last point was actually, tawag natin regalo nga, diba?
Yeah.
That was care of Abby Maraño.
You cannot be complacent when Abby Maraño also is on front because she will seize every opportunity, or if there's no opportunity, she just makes the most and makes an opportunity out of whatever that is.
That's right, and she was able to exploit that one, and the point goes to the crossover. There was no infraction on the side of Maraño.
3-point lead for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, 17 serving 14. And the pressure is palpable right now. Coronel is back in. And that Coronel Jimenez connection leads to a point for Galeries Tower. Adorador off speed. Aroa was there. Back set to Jimenez. Adorador again. Coronel.
Oh, good block. That was Maranyo. Or Galang, rather.
It was the duo. It works. Oh, I think it was like the net.
Yeah.
With the help of the net. Encarnacion. Great blocking from Marzan and Encarnacion.
Off the block. Iroa was there once again.
Great defense by Galeries Tower. Oh! The net! Again!
Now this is going to be a test of character for the Galleries.
Especially for Jewel Encarnacion, who has been committing those mistakes. Let's try to listen into the timeout of Galeries Tower.
Gulo mo ng... Oo, para makabuelo siya. Ngayon, yung ginawa mo, narinig mo line. Pero dos yung set. Anong gagawin natin doon? Di ba? Be at the moment. Ano yung kailangan at the moment? Dos on set. 2 beses na block ka solid. Oh, yung isa, dos uli. Anong gagawin mo doon? Sige, pasahan natin. Nasa harapan to, di ba? Anong play natin? Oh, sige, isang papataw na.
Nothing new from the timeout. Nothing new that the girls already needed to know.
I think it's a little bit trying to break as well the momentum that the crossovers are trying to create here.
Julia, oh, good combination play. A really smooth one. Marzan and Jimenez ending that. Perfectly hidden. Great timing from these three. Hernandez is back into serve. Adorador.
Oh, that makes it to the line.
Sharp angle for her. Cross court.
10 points now for Shaya Adorador.
And those kinds of strong hits, she takes turns with Princess Robles on that. Bicar back sets to Gaston. Baleton. Encarnacion runs for that one. Ooh. Pauline Gaston. Another point for this lady. Using her long arms. Timeout called again by Galeries Tower.
Ngayon, hindi pwede yung ganun. Kailangan malaman natin ano yung ginagawa ng kabila para yung pagsalo ng suntok natin, makaka-counter agad tayo. Ang nangyayari passive tayo Naghuhula tayo kung ano mangyayari Tingnan nyo, may umiikot na. Kanina pa nagpa-power tip yan. Ilan ang striker sa harapan? Sa kabila. Jewel!
Sagit na nga! Hey, Miguel, kailangan na.
Go, go, go! Ikutin mo to.
back-to-back timeouts from Galeries Tower. Coach Lerma trying to whip the girls into shape during those quick breathers. Ricardo Gaston. And is that back-to-back points?
It's back-to-back points for Ponggay Gaston.
A substitution for the Galeries Tower. Batindaan checks in for Baleton.
So errors are creeping the way of Galleries right now.
Chery Tiggo is 2 points away from set point and 2 points away from the fifth set. Pauline Gaston again.
Again, not the strongest of hits. These are actually just power tips, but power tips are working well for her.
Looking proud of herself, as she should, contributing 3 points already to her squad here in set 4. Adorador, cross court, Maraginot was there. So close. But ball still alive. Great save there by Joanna Maraginot. Pauline Gaston will try again.
Oh, miscue there on the side of Galleries.
And Chery Tiggo closes set 4 against the Galeries Tower Highrisers to lead us to our 5th set. And here we go. Like to think, Ivy, that you called it. So here we are at our 5th set. But you know, it's not begrudgingly. It truly is and has been an exciting 4 sets. Both teams really clashed with all that they've got. They've taken over momentum, switched it so many times, more than we can count, had countless deadlocks, but also just the energy that both teams have given for today's match has been, you know, truly a wonderful Christmas gift.
That's right. So I think no better entertainment than watching your favorite game, but you know, with a lots of action happening here in the match against the Highrisers and the Crossovers. And here is the story for set number 4. And things have changed because now it is the Chery Tiggo Crossovers with more conversions in their attacks, 4 more points created from their spikes or from the hits. And still, it was a neck-to-neck battle with the points at the block. Both teams really very aggressive in defending the net. And it has but still, but the difference probably here is the fact that the Galleries had more errors, that has been given away more free points, and I think we have to commend the Crossovers, because in this set they only gave out 2 free points. So far cry again from the free points they've given in the past sets.
But man, when you look at these numbers and the score 16-25, the Galeries Tower really pulled back for set 4. And yeah, again, it's the usual question: was it stamina? Was it just that bad luck momentum when you win the set?
Well, I think, you know, it's already at reaching the point that we're already at the 5th set, plus the kind of game that we have had since set number 1. Well, definitely the fatigue factor is a component to that. You know, and we've got a lot of long rallies, mind you.
Oh, yeah.
So it's really a little bit of those things. Plus the fact that, I guess, you know, again, Crossover, they're a team that would really, it takes a while for them to really warm up. And we've seen a lot of their games that are like that. So it's just a matter of how their opponents exploit that fact.
And, you know, even if that point, that attack in itself has answered my supposed question, I'll still post it. Is the warm-up period done for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers?
Well, I suppose, because we're already in the 5th set, so...
You would hope so.
Yeah, so I think 4 sets is warm-up enough.
But, you know, will the Galeries Tower be able to still power through here in the 5th set? Last push, kumbaga.
Yeah, so again, this is usually, you know, 5th set is always a test of character for any team, because it would, both are in equal footing, both have two sets to their favor. So it's only a race to 15, so things must be faster, lesser errors needs to be committed, and you have to make sure that you gain the lead as early as you can. You know, you don't want to be the one playing catch up here in the 5th set.
And they're taking the equal footing, literally. They're tied at 1-1, and now we have our first challenge for the 5th set, a block touch challenge. And we really, it's a wait and see game here in the 5th set on who will be able to gain momentum first. Because usually they'll be able to carry it on until the 15th point. Or, I mean, first set we reached 30. Who knows where we're reaching for the 5th set, Ivy?
Oh, so that's that's going to be interesting.
But no block touch, clear as day.
So
they're still clear.
The point goes to Galleries, because that hit was actually outside.
And, you know, you're really taking in as much as you can. Points, confidence, errors. Every hit is worth celebrating, but also for the other end, every hit feels like you're mourning already.
But now it's got the energy left. It's got the fight in them left. I think that's really more important.
Coronel. Ooh, great blocking. Still, very good net defense by Chery Tiggo. Single block by Aragala. Come on. Two-point lead for Chery Tiggo. Robles.
And finds a donut hole in the middle. So this is a good start for the Crossovers. And this is what the Galleries do not want to start with the ladies in black the other side.
And they try to stop the momentum. They're calling a timeout. Let's start listening to Coach Lerma.
Okay, na-delay na ng kaunti yung middle eh. So discard nyo na yan. Pag binagala nyo kilos yan, sige na, wala tayong magagawa dun sa 4 points na yan. Move into the next tayo. Pasahan natin, tatlong spiker, paikutin mo to. Ngayon, yun yung sinasabi ko, pag nakita nilang naka-atras tayo, bibigyan niya ng short. Sige, mag-base lang muna tayo. Yung normal na base lang natin.
Go lang, go lang. Wow! Deep set na! Deep
as if we needed any more reminder that this is the fifth set. I don't know who was shouting, fifth set na, fifth set na. That's a kind of urgency that we need from the Galeries Tower if they still wish to get their second win.
Because this is going to be a big win for them if in case that they are able to get this game. Because they're winning against, of course, Chery Tiggo.
Who are, you know, at the top half of the standings. Second challenge called for set 5. Block touch challenge. And it's been tough right now for the Galeries Tower because they're catching up to the Chery Tiggo Crossovers, who, with Princess Robles leading the charge,
no block touch. Point goes to the Crossovers.
And as I was saying, they're in game mode right now. The switch has been turned on, and I think it will only be turned off once they win today's match. But Franz Ronquillo bumabawi. She committed, you know, a couple of mistakes the first part of today's match.
Ronquillo now has 18 points, and she's the highest scorer for the Galleries.
Coronel to Baliton, Nierva to Robles. Baliton again, quick response. Ooh, Vicar to Pauline Gaston.
And Bongay just basically is just tipping the ball over. No power hits. It's all just power tips, but she gets the job done.
Smart placements from Pauline Gaston. Oh, you felt that grunt of Ronquillo. But great net defense again by Chery Tiggo. Another power tip by Gaston. This time it's Baliton who copies that move and does an Uno reverse card for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers.
It was a good play there for the Highrisers. Coronel, the connection with Baliton.
Coronel to Ronquillo. Vicar to Gaston.
Oh, with a little help from the net.
And Pauline Gaston on fire for set 5. Lost count of how many points she's already scored for this set alone. Has she reached double digits?
Well, yes, she's at 14 points. So most of the players on the floor right now are already in double digits for the Crossovers.
Which means great playmaking by Vicar and Nabor.
So there was a touch, and the point goes to the Highrisers. That's the 16th point for Encarnacion.
For serving 7.
For serving 7. Vicar to Adorador. You know, if the Galeries Tower, they're known for capitalizing off the block, the Chery Tiggo Crossovers are known for their power touches. As we check in with Lexi for more stories on our teams for today. Hey, Lexi.
Hi, Denise. Hi, Ivy. It's been a while, but, you know, both of these teams obviously have battled fiercely to get to this point. And at this point, it all comes down to who can hold the nerve and really execute under pressure. The Crossovers are determined to, you know, get their rhythm back and actually stick to the game plan. And that is the same thing that the Galeries Tower Highrisers were reminded of in their huddle. I overheard, actually, that their team captain was reminding them that, you know, remember who you are. Ipakita nyo sa kanila kung sino talaga kayo at para dito kayo humugot ng confidence. And the same thing that Coach Lerma said is that the Highrisers should really stick to the game plan. They've been all about heart and hustle, and now they need to channel that into a strong finish. While they continue to stick to the game plan, it's also important for that individuality mindset and the independence on court. So in short, diskarte na lang talaga yung kailangang pairalin din. Both teams have shown incredible grit, and it's a battle of execution and endurance from here on out. Now back to you, Denise and Ivy.
Lexi was able to capture it perfectly. To summarize the whole game, battle of execution and endurance, indeed. Served by Pauline Gaston. Mabilangan is back on the court. She sets to Maraginot,
who was blocked, but there was no touch from Parana. She was claiming. So will there be a challenge where, yes, there will be a challenge for a last touch?
Everyone just throwing the challenge card. This is the last game for game day for the year. Last game for both teams. Last set. Just throw it all on the line.
So this would be called in favor of Galleries. So we have Carly Hernandez checking in to serve.
5 serving 8 serving Carly Hernandez.
Picar. Adorador. Mabilangan.
Oh, Paran overcooks it.
Oh, so close. She was asking for a check ball, and that's why the Galeries Tower Highrisers, they're asking for a challenge, a ball in, ball out. And this one will be granted by our referees.
Although that seemed to have gone out, but I think Coach Lerma will use the opportunity to talk to the players. So some coaches actually do that. You know, they know that the challenge will not be successful, but they can use the opportunity at least for a breather for the team or to give other instructions.
Quite obvious that was a ball out, an unsuccessful challenge. But Coach Lerma really has been making the most of these challenges, coaching the girls in between. Mabilangan. Dorador. Oh, Maraginot.
Oh, that was too sharp. That was outside. No touch from the blockers as well.
A bit too wide.
Errors creeping the way of the Galeries Highrisers.
A service ace, courtesy of Alina Picar. And they're on a run right now. Coach Lerma not happy. That's why she's calling for a timeout.
Pag nagasahan tayo dyan kung sino ang re-receiver, talagang walang re-receive. Ang gusto natin dito yung marunong umako ng responsibilidad. Minsan kahit hindi nyo responsibilidad, pag nakita nyo kailangan, itaas na natin.
Enjoy, 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 enjoy.
Isa tayo, isa. Side out tayo, isa. Let's go, let's go.
Papahan niyo muna.
2 spikers lang yan. Oo, 3 spikers lang. Ito pa ikutin mo. Isolate mo.
Meron sa likod.
$11-5, and this time around, this is already pretty close to match point. We're only until 15, supposedly.
Supposedly.
Not forgetting to add those. You never know.
And that's outside, and things are going the way of crossovers. There's 3 more points, and they get to go home with a win. And this is a pretty convincing 5th set to that.
They showed their dominance. They showed their experience. They showed their endurance.
Yeah,
in the
this
fifth
is
set.
actually renewed energy
Yeah.
for the crossover.
Exactly.
Maraguinot.
But finally, Jo Maraguinot scores one. And it's the expertise of the Galeries Tower off the block. We need to see more of these sure attacks from their squad if they want to be able to catch up. Because right now, Chery Tiggo has a 6-point lead, 12-6. Picard to Maranyo. Nierva to Galang. Maraguinot cross court. Another long rally here. Oh, ball still alive. Great tenacity shown by both squads.
Oh, and Jimenez gets the point for the Highrisers.
Yumabawi. And you gotta love the fighting spirit
Yeah, that's right.
of the Galeries Tower during that whole run. Adorador. Hernandez was at the back. Maraguinot cross court.
Oh, but it was a net violation error. Lucky break for Abby Maranyo.
Things working in favor for the Chery Tiggo Crossovers. The stars aligning for them.
Serving for the Crossovers.
Meanwhile, the Galeries Tower, they're suffering from a Mercury retrograde. Coronel to Maraguinot. Galang setting that up for Robles.
Ooh, Robles.
We're
drops
seeing
it.
smiles now. Princess Robles is now smiling, Ivy.
He's probably saying, we're going to put an end to this.
It's been 5 sets and even Ivy's getting breathless with her coverage.
And we're just watching, okay?
just watching.
So imagine the players on the court.
Yeah, there's a reason why we're here and they're there.
That's right. So 3 hours, I think we're almost to 3 hours already. Oh, Maraguinot saves a point.
Keeps the hope of her teammates, their coaching staff, and their fans alive, still holding on.
But this means perfect volleyball for the Highrisers.
That's right.
It's pretty much a long stretch to catch up on in a 5th set. Robles.
I mean, I feel like it was only right for Her Majesty, Princess Robles, to end today's match with another emphatic hit that
That's
she is
right.
known for.
That's right. She has been very consistent all throughout the match. And well-deserved win. Actually, in either way, the game went. You know, had it gone the way of the Highrisers and the Chery Tiggo was able to get the win. You know, both of these teams deserve, you know, to be applauded for all the effort that they put in. I'm sure it must be very exhausting.
Here, here. Both teams, by the way they play, they just provided a wonderful storyline for us, for the fans, and closing their journey for this year.
Yes.
For this year. It ain't over yet. Again, this is the longest conference yet of the PVL, or All-Filipino Conference. But my oh my, Chery Tiggo Crossovers. Cherry on top of a wonderful year for them. Player of the game, none other than, are we even surprised? Go ahead, Ivy, take it away.
She has, like we've mentioned, she has been very consistent. So 21 points for Ces Robles, 20 attacks, 1 ace. But let's not, of course, forget to mention as well the excellent digs. She had 9 and also 11 excellent receptions. 36% attack efficiency for Ces Robles. So really says a lot for this young lady right here. Very instrumental in the win against the Highrisers.
They showed their dominance. And again, coming up, our last game for the season and for the year. Well, not for the season. For the year is the Signal HD Spikers against the Petrogas Angels. Thanks to everyone who's tuned in. The Chery Tiggo Crossovers really has kept it merry and bright. They have found themselves on the nice list of Santa, unwrapping another victory, not just for themselves, but for their fans. And in behalf of our broadcast panel, I'm Denise Densay with Ivy Remulla and Lexi Rodriguez. We'll see you next year.